And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions and making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. As we do all day, every day, we help you win in any marketplace. 9 years on air now, helping you as a consumer advocate understand your buying decisions, make you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also do some public service announcements here, and we're putting on an event. You know, it takes a lot of time to put these events on, but we're doing it. We've got Tampa Bay's Best Career Fair coming up. You can search on Eventbrite if you're an employer looking to hire, or if you're on the flip side looking to get hired. We've got Wednesday, October 20th, 6 to 8 p.m., Tampa Bay's Best Career Fair on Eventbrite. You can search it up by Tampa Bay's Best Career Fair, brought to you by Massive Marketing Pros, Consumer Quarterback Show, and the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty Network, with over 30 businesses in Tampa Bay looking to hire as soon as possible. So we know that's a thing going on right now. We've seen that happening out there a lot. So we'd love to help you, invite you to that event. Please spread the word and invite friends. Let's give a shout out as well to Discovery Golf Cars, aka Golf Cart Depot, formerly known as Golf Cart Depot, for recreation or business. Seems like everybody's getting a golf cart these days. I love mine. I take my dogs for a ride. We go out cruise in neighborhood. You know, Charlie and Carter hanging out, and it's a lot of fun. So the recreation or business purposes as well. We go door knocking with it as well, featuring our real estate listings. Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman. So they get lots of makes and models. They offer pre-owned or brand new. You can rent or buy, and they also offer mobile and financing, mobile repair and financing. Check them out online, discoverygolfcars.com. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you, so you can take them up on those special offers and incentives. So we got a great lineup for you today as well. We are going to be welcoming in Michelle Clark. She's a regional manager with Rising Point Solutions, credit expert here on the program. We're going to talk about the biggest myth in all of credit repair and credit report and credit in general. We also have Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. We're going to talk about the Federal Reserve. What are they doing? What's their move lately? And also Freddie Mac, as well as Dan Minikheim joining us on the program. Dan is our pest control expert, Prohealth Pest Control. You've heard him and his lovely wife Melissa on the program as well over the years. Before we jump into that, I want to let you know about a couple of hot listings that we got here in Tampa Bay. Some beautiful properties available for sale here in Tampa Bay. 722 Pruitt Drive on Madeira Beach. This is a duplex that we've got listed. It's on the beach. Beautiful property, waterfront. Bring your boat. Gorgeous property. $850,000 plus list price. But you've got duplex here, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You also have a separate unit that's 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,500 square feet, 95-foot lot. One of the largest lots that you'll find on the beach. Beautiful property with a boat dock. Of course, you've got bay access there. Bring your deep water access boats to the game here, 722 Pruitt Drive. We also have a property at 100 Oakmont Lane in BelLair. Now, this is another great opportunity. It's a condo with $1 million views, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 100 Oakmont Lane in BelLair, 1,300 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, large community pool. Beautiful property, of course, right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
Love Blake Shelton. He's good. All right, so let's make our introductions. Michelle Clark, welcome in.
Hey, how's it going? I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. Good to have you.
So today I want to go over the biggest myth in credit. You know, it's something that just daily talking to people, they don't understand. Yeah. And the thing that kind of bothers me is, well, now you guys are going to be able to guess my age, but I took geometry like 20 years ago. Yeah. In 20 years, no one's asked me to solve a Pythagorean theorem. Yeah, right. I couldn't even tell you what it is, but we don't learn credit in school. Exactly. So daily when I talk to clients, I'll say, well, what do you believe is holding you back on your score? You know, I'm trying to get a picture before I see the report. Yeah. And they'll start listing, you know, how much debt they owe. They'll say, well, you know, I'm about $41,000 when you add in my student loans and my credit cards, and I hear it every single day. Yep. Here's the biggest myth. Your credit report is not a giant balance sheet. Right. So where dollar amounts do factor in is as a percentage on your revolving accounts, which is, AKA credit cards.
Right.
But just going and looking at how much you owe on their whole credit report, that is the biggest myth. It is not a balance sheet. History, whether or not you paid your bills on time, what accounts are open or closed, how long they've been open for, payment history. That is the biggest part of the score.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we get another one also. I want to bring Diane Vance into the conversation. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. We get some interesting ones also about getting a second pre-approval. Have you seen that one, Diane?
Oh yes, yeah. And the thing that people don't know is that when they go ahead and get another credit report when they're shopping for a mortgage, it is only one single pool. As long as they do it within 45 days of each other. Some companies say 30, but it's actually 45 days. And we can repull their credit. It's not going to hit them again, but it will go ahead. That gives them the opportunity to shop and also get a second pre-approval or third or whatever.
Yeah, because as a consumer, you should have that right to shop. You shouldn't be penalized for going to Ford, Chevy, and Dodge and shopping for your new truck or car.
It's exactly the same. It works the same way as when you go shopping for your cars or your trucks or whatever.
Right.
It works the same way for the mortgage.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what's going on with the Federal Reserve? I know they met, and what's the latest out of the Federal Reserve?
Well, Jerome Powell said that right now they're remaining. They're still gonna still purchase assets. However, they're going to taper as soon as next month. So what happened yesterday, of course, was anytime you have anything that Jerome Powell says or the Federal Reserve actually speaks, sometimes I wish they wouldn't, but they do. Anyways, but anytime you even have a speaking or whatever their verbiage is, the interest rates will jump up. They don't jump up. The thing about interest rates is they don't jump, a 0.5% interest rate or anything like that. If they do, then we're all in trouble.
Right.
But it's a very gradual up and down. Interest rates change daily. And anytime, so yesterday when he spoke, he said, so that tells the world that, that they're going to slow down, they're going to taper the asset purchasing, which will in essence state that the economy is strong and it's getting strong and it's going to, but nobody knows actually, but it changes daily. People just need to know that. And they do go up and down. And the difference in an eighth of an interest rate, I always laugh at people because they get so, it's minor, it depends on the loan amount, of course, but the difference in an eighth of an interest rate could be as little as $13 to $20 a month, depending on how much your loan amount is, of course, but it's very minor. So you can't go crazy if you think, oh my goodness, interest rates are moving up. But the interest rates will eventually move up. So people should really start thinking about getting their credit fixed, or if they need to fix it, but at least get pre-approved to know where you're at, what you need to do, and make the plan. We always talk about making a plan and get it taken care of, because interest rates will move if they stop purchasing mortgage-backed securities. And that's what Jerome Powell is talking about.
Yeah, there's nothing federal about the Federal Reserve, right? It's like who elected these people? They're appointed. Anyways, that's a whole rabbit trail or bunny trail. But
we don't want to go down that hole.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's not a win-win there. It's so DianeVance.com. DianeVance.com is the site. So Diane, what are some of the opportunities that you're seeing? I know you talk to a lot of people every day. There's some really good loan programs out there. There's investors, first-time buyers, veterans, so many different places to go. But what are some of the opportunities that you're seeing?
Well, there's a new program. Well, it's not new, but it's been enhanced. There's a program to help first-time home buyers, and depending on your income, depending on the income of the buyer, Freddie Mac, who is one of the agencies that is, that purchases mortgage, they have a special program that they will contribute anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500 towards your closing cost. So that is a program that's been enhanced. It was just increased if your income is 50% of the median income, which is about $36,000 or so. And yesterday I had a customer that really helped. So, it helped them make the difference of whether they could purchase or not. So it made a big difference for them. They had some cash, and they had enough almost to cover everything, but that extra $2,500 helped them get into the home.
Yeah, that's big. That's big, especially for first-time buyers. And there's a lot of ways also that you can structure deals with, whether it's seller concessions.
Yes.
Sometimes your realtor can kick in to help out.
That's right.
So when you look at that, and then also there's local municipalities, there's local dollars from different, it might be county money. Sometimes it's the local municipality itself, whether it's, Largo or Seminole or, just different areas that have Safety Harbor, whatever city. Sometimes you look into those. What's the best way to research those, or how do you have you compiled anything? Yeah.
If you go online, it's called e-housing, and e-housing actually goes over all the different down payment assistance programs. And e-housing is through the state of Florida, but it also, gives the local county, the local markets as well. ehousing.com. And but they always can call me. We have different programs. It seems to be the best one is the state of Florida. It seems to always win out because you can do 3%, 4%, or 5% of the purchase price or of your loan amount actually towards the actual closing costs and down payment. So whatever your purchase price is, and you do your down payment from that, let's say it's 3%, you can actually use those funds towards your down payment and closing costs. So the interest rates are set by the state. It depends whether you do the 3%, 4%, or 5%. And it also is income-based. So again, it's income-based and everything. There's different income limits for different programs. So if people just want to call and ask, I can certainly. Now I always look it up because there's so many of them and they do change. But there's a lot of opportunity and help out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great programs. Just got to have the right guidance. And DianeVance.com is a great resource for you. Of course, ConsumerQB.com. If you want to reach out to our show hotline, you could call us at 813-750-0550. That is our hotline. Call 813-750-0550. Call or text that line. It's an off-air number, and we're going to make sure we get right back to you also on any of your questions relating to 80 different categories that we cover here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Of course, we interview CPA, financial advisors, attorneys, all types of great attorneys with the show, home service providers, health, nutrition, lifestyle, recreation. Lots of ways we can help you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, more with Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Michelle Clark as well, our credit expert here on the program. And we're also waiting for a call in from Dan Minikheim as well, Prohealth Pest Control on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. Please connect with us at BrandonRhymes1 on Instagram, Twitter. And if you do us a huge favor, it'd be so great. We would be so grateful if you would go to youtube.com/BrandonRhymesRealty and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would greatly be appreciated. We'll be right back after this short break.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. For more information, go to ConsumerQB.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate our team. We got about 10 folks on the team helping us with buyers, sellers, investors, buying, selling, or investing. We love to help you win in any marketplace. We feature our listings live on air as well, so this is a pretty cool opportunity for you. If you're selling an asset, check this out, because we feature the properties on 80 different outlets. So here's a property right here in Tampa. It's a commercial property, 4302 North Nebraska Avenue in Tampa Bay. This is a great opportunity for anybody that has a business. You want to relocate and maybe move your business closer to Tampa, closer to downtown. 4302 North Nebraska Avenue. This one's 2,100 plus square feet, spacious office building located in Seminole Heights, and it's just done up really nicely. She's got beautiful flooring. It's got a fireplace in there, corner lot with about 40 to 50,000 vehicles. And here's a pretty cool offer as well. Billboard. You've got your own billboard on the property as well, so you can advertise your business to all those people driving by every day. The seller has owned a popular CPA accounting firm for many, many years, and 4302 North Nebraska Avenue is a great listing from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. 117 14th Street in BelLair. This is a large double lot, beautiful home, pool home, close to the beach. You literally walk to the end of the street and you're on the beach. Beautiful property, lots of upgrades, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,800 square feet, private pool, gourmet kitchen, jetted air bathtub, temperature controlled wine closet, covered lanai. And again, you walk to the end of the street and you are on the sugar sand beaches and dolphin filled waters of beautiful Tampa Bay, BelLair Beach, Pinellas County. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And a quick shout out to the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Go check out the Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island, and make sure you let Clyde Smith know. He's the general manager. Let him know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take him up on special offers, 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant. Great time to be had over at the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. So we got Diane Vance online. We're talking about Fairway Independent Mortgage, top 3 lender in the country. So out of all the lenders out there, you're in the top 3.
Yep, on purchase retail. Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
We are.
Yeah, so we do a lot of purchases.
So with volume,
we also do refinances, but we do a lot of purchases.
Yeah, and I was explaining to a seller yesterday, a prospective seller. Actually, she called me and said she's going to go with us today. But she was older, and I said, hey, on your next purchase, you might want to consider a reverse for purchase. And I know you're not the reverse.
No, I am certified. I just have
George's.
Yeah, I am certified to do that, and it is a. It's a great program, because reverse mortgages, if you're 62 or older, and you have, it depends on your age, what your down payment is, but let's say it's approximately 50%.
Yep.
Then you have that equity, and if you purchase a home, let's say you have $100,000 that you have, that's your equity from a sale of a house. You can actually buy a $200,000 house, and you will never have a mortgage payment.
Yep. And that's what I told her. I said, this is something to think about. I said, just look at it, because I know there's a negative stigma sometimes when you think about reverse mortgages, but this could help you keep some of that money in your bank account rather than putting it all down, because the traditional mindset was, hey, I'm going to sell this property for $280,000. I owe about $80,000. I'm going to have $200,000 to go buy something. Mm-hmm. I said, well, you might even take like $100 or even $150 and keep $50 or $100 back in the bank just for a rainy day. They always say rainy day, right? But the car breaks down. You got medical issues. Hey, we know groceries are going up. All the cost of almost everything's going up. Keep some money in reserves, right?
Oh yeah, and also, with the reverse, you can also do what is called a HECM, which is actually you end up you can actually earn interest on the money. Let's say she does put all that money into the property. You can actually earn the difference to offset. Not only does she have a free, no mortgage payment, but she can actually earn some interest on that, let's say $50,000 extra. But people get really concerned. You know, some of us were brought up in that we want to pay off our mortgage.
Yep.
You can't spend your mortgage, right? When you get older, you can't spend the equity. It's just equity sitting there. And what you can do is, if you don't have a mortgage payment, then you don't have to pull out from your retirement, your IRA. So your family still gets that. You're not pulling that money out every month. And I think most kids would prefer that their parents end up selling the house anyways. They would prefer that their parents, you know, have an enjoyable life instead of, you know, worrying about, you know, paying off their mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. So we're talking with Diane Vance, longtime friend of the program here. Again, a local business owner in the community. So we greatly appreciate our audience out there supporting the show over the years. You've done such a great job of helping us. You know, if you're listing a home, we'd love to talk to you. If you're getting pre-approved for a mortgage, support the good guys here. And you hear Diane on the show all the time here on the program. Fairway Independent Mortgage here in Tampa Bay. What about investors? Great opportunity for investors. People are buying properties, renting them out. There's Airbnb opportunities for certain municipalities, those vacation rental by owners. What are you seeing on the investor side?
Well, I do see a lot of investment properties, and the good news is that I don't know if you remember me talking about, you know, they had it's called FHFA, which is it's through the government, and they had put some premiums on. Well, they just took those off, so no longer do they have the extra premium on the interest rates for investment property. So that's a big deal. So it was like 0.5% on the points. So they've taken those away. So interest rates are improving on that. So that was, I want to say it's effective October 1st, I want to say, or it may be in effect right now, but I just saw that it was actually just removed. So that's good news for the investors. But a lot of investors, they're always purchasing. And most people that have an investment property, or even if you don't, it's a good place to start to build wealth.
It's such a great place to look. When you think about the asset, if you buy a duplex or triplex or quad or even a single family, you've got something that you can go and touch. A lot of these, when you start talking about the Federal Reserve and how they're playing with rates and what's going on there and the stock market, and listen to Phil's game before our show, he'll kind of shed some light on it. But when you think about it, they're inflating a lot of these stocks. These stocks are supposed to be worth X. They're not. They're worth a lot less because they've been falsely pumping them up, making the economy look better than it is. There's so many things that happen with other alternatives. And then you got crypto. It's kind of like, okay, wow, yeah, this is cool. It's unknown. Where's it going to go? Hey, for me, I'd say buy single-family homes, of course, and I'm a realtor. Right? I'm telling you that as a realtor.
It won't drop $10,000 every day, will it?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, and people even say, like, with the way the market is now, oh, well, yeah, we're in the middle. We're going to see a bust. I really don't see it. There's no way possible. Even if you had a nuclear bomb go off somewhere, people still have to live somewhere, Diane. They have to have a roof over their head. And
there is a shortage of housing in the U.S.
Yes.
It is. That's the difference. There is a true shortage. So I don't believe we're going to have, and most people do not believe that we're going to have a bubble. There's a lot of equity in houses because of the appreciation factor. People that haven't purchased in the last 2 or 3 years, they've really missed out on a lot of appreciation. So they're still going to have appreciation, especially in Florida.
That's right.
So, it's a smart thing. It's definitely and it's yours. It's your home. You can do whatever you want. You can paint the walls. You can do whatever you want. You can paint your walls purple if you want.
You can throw cool parties.
Yeah. So it's a win-win situation, and you're not paying somebody else's. You're not making somebody else wealthy by paying their mortgage for them. For the investor, that's what the renter ends up doing. So as an investor, that's a smart thing, right?
Yeah.
Because rent is also higher than it's been. It's same thing that's happening in the housing is happening in the rental space.
Yep, exactly. That's why all these big hedge funds are coming in. That's a whole nother bunny trail to go down on the hedge funds and talking about how we don't like them, but they throw cash around and it makes it hard not to accept the offer.
They do.
And then we can keep the government out of our business, telling people, oh, no, don't pay. We got a moratorium here. Don't pay for a year and a half, 18 months. But anyways, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more with our expert contributors here in studio. Plus, we have our feel-good story of the day. This is a pretty cool story. Promotion gives free dresses, wedding dresses, services to women and frontline workers in Tampa, Florida. So pretty cool story out of local right here in Tampa Bay. We'll be right back on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
James wants me to hold until we can figure out what's up with Dan. Diane, we're just on a temporary standby.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, no.
Johnny, we're going to go ahead and go forward.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Give a quick shout out to Chad Irrigation, Victor and his team over at Chad Irrigation. They do such a great job for us personally on our home. You know, I can tell you firsthand experience. They did a first-class job. They're a first-class operation. Victor and his team over at Chad Irrigation for all of your irrigation needs. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you so you can take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got some hot listings here in Tampa Bay, some great opportunities. Check out this property at 11724 132nd Avenue. Attention builders, attention developers, attention entrepreneurs. 11724 132nd Avenue in Largo. This is a large property, over an acre of land in Pinellas County, and what you've got is 2 single-family structures that could be rented out right away from day one, and you also have an opportunity to build and develop right here in 132nd Avenue in Largo. So you've got income coming in while you're getting your planning and zoning approved. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. All right, let's look at another one. We've got a property here at County Line Road, 13335 County Line Road. This is in Spring Hill. It's close to the Veterans Expressway, and this is a great opportunity. Check out that drone photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks here with the Platinum MVP team. Nearly 5 acres being rezoned from AG to commercial, and it's already rezoned now to commercial, so it's done. And again, another development opportunity, 13335 5335 County Line Road in Spring Hill. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, let's bring Michelle Clark into the conversation here. We're talking about credit myths, credit improvement, a lot of the misnomers that people have, and you're a regional manager with Rising Point Solutions.
That's right. So Diane actually said something that kind of tipped my brain off, and I'm like, ooh, I got to go down, that path there. So she mentioned, fixing your credit before you get pre-approval and having a plan in place. So you wouldn't believe how many people call me and did not know, had no idea what their credit score was until the loan officer pulled the credit. Just, they thought it was better than it was. It could have been maybe there was an inaccuracy on there.
Yep.
Or maybe they thought they were doing the right thing, building positive credit, and they weren't. But no idea. Then you've got the second group of people who, go on a consumer-based site like Credit Karma or Credit Sesame and take that score as that's what my score is. That's my mortgage score.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is one of the biggest myths in credit. Where do I look at my score? What can I trust? Why is my score different everywhere that I go?
Yeah.
So I had an unfortunate story last week, actually. A gal told me that on Credit Karma, her score said it was a 640. And then I was like, well, I think that score is probably going to be more like 590. And here's why. So not anything against Credit Karma. I highly encourage people to use the site to be able to monitor what's, going on and off their report. Mm-hmm. But that's a consumer-based score, so a guesstimate. B, they're showing Vantage scores. And for mortgage models, they're using FICO scores.
Wow.
So then a site that does show you a FICO score, like let's say maybe your Capital One card, you can get a snapshot of what your credit score is. Well, that's your credit card lending score. Mortgage lending scores are on an older and harsher formula. So I think a big myth out there is, just let's go online, see what our score is, and they think that's going to be their score, but it's drastically different.
Right. Do you have that same thing, Diane?
Absolutely, yes. And I explained the exact same thing, is that it's not a FICO score. It's a consumer personal score, basically, is what it is. And it's usually, you're right, about 50 points off. Mm-hmm. But it is I tell a lot of people, I think a better thing to do is contact somebody like yourself that understands the mortgage and what the differences are. Or even if they want to monitor their credit, they can go directly to each of one of the agencies, the Experians, the TransUnions, and they can actually monitor their activity on their credit report, and that will help them as well. But I think it's good that they do have these sites out there that they can actually see what's going on with their credit. And it's really funny, once we either you or I educate them, then they tend to look at it every day.
Yeah.
And they'll call me and say, hey, I went down today. I said, you're okay. I already pulled your credit.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. So you're okay. But you
definitely
need to start it.
There's 3 credit repositories: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax.
Correct.
They have a different corresponding ones, FICO. I mean, there's just different scores. But when you look at some of these, and I remember the one years ago, they had they were jumping on the television with, strumming the guitars, free credit report, this and that. It's all like a catchy thing to try to get the consumer to go there. Then they can sell advertisements from those websites. Then you get into the whole clickbait thing. But to get the true, real deal, you really need to engage a professional. You engage a professional, whether someone like Michelle Clark, Rising Point Solutions. She's a regional manager here, risingpointsolutions.com. Diane Vance, a loan officer, a regional manager of a top 3 lender in the country. They can help you with the credit scores. Now, then once they tell us, hey, Brandon, yep, they're good to go, that's when we get involved. We start showing them properties. We, put them in the best position to win those deals, because that's the other side of this whole thing, is the market is very competitive right now. Whether you're trying to get listings or you're trying to get buyers accepted offers on properties, it's very competitive. So the more that the more that you have training, and the more that you have support to where you can get these offers accepted, that's going to help, to make the deal happen, because otherwise you're just spinning your wheels out there, especially people that are trying to do it on their own. I hear sometimes buyers calling in, oh yeah, I'm just going to call on the signs. I'm going to drive neighborhoods and call on the sign. I'm like, wow, what a big waste of time. You're going to call on signage that's probably already under contract, pending, or maybe already been sold. They just haven't picked up the sign yet, or they're going to trust some of these websites, which, by the way, those are outdated, probably 7 to 10, 15 days sometimes the properties take to get updated if you make a change online. But yeah, so we've got Michelle Clark in studio here, Rising Point Solutions. What else are you finding on the credit space?
So, what you just brought up a really good point too. People trying to do, your job on their own or mine. So, another myth, we already established now your credit report's not a balance sheet. So a lot of people who think they're going to fix their credit on their own, what they do is they just go and start paying everything. And so, I'm not telling you to not pay a debt you owe. And, we're not going to talk about morals. But if we strictly talk about your credit score, there are certain things where the dollar amount is not weighing into the score. So if you're trying to get qualified for something, your money might be better spent, prioritizing some other things first, like getting your credit card balances down. Collections are not weighted on the dollar amount. They're simply weighted on the fact that that's a bad piece of history and what the date is on it. Yeah. You pay it. A lot of these collection companies won't delete it off your report. And then now you've got a new date on a bad item. You got a current date on an old bad item, so leave them old if you can in certain situations. And then also with the debt to limit balance there, or that ratio, I've heard it said it's supposed to be around 30%. Is that right? So if you're at 50%, it's not really negatively affecting you. But the sweet spot, as far as I've learned it, is having your balances under 20% of the limits. Okay. Yeah. FICO, I guess, grades in like a 20% increment. Okay. So that's the sweet spot, is under 20%. And another myth, and this is something that I hear the opposite of what I was taught for over 3 years now. So I actually a couple of weeks ago did some research on it. I'm like, I got to know if how I was taught was right. So another myth, carry a balance. Carry a $2 or a $10 balance on your credit cards. Okay. I was taught that is not necessary. Just don't spend more than 20% of your limit. Okay. So I researched it. I found an answer on Experian.com. The way I was taught was correct. Which way? You don't have to play the game and keep a $2 balance or a $10 balance. Oh, okay. Use the card. Just don't spend more than 20% of the limit. Pay it, when your bill is due, and you're fine. So it's okay to pay it off all the way down to zero? Yes. Ah, okay. See, I for some reason, I was told, and this was years ago when I was in the mortgage industry, to keep it around a 30% balance. That way it shows that you're using the credit, you're responsible to use the credit, and then, because they kind of see it, I thought they saw it as an absolute, like, oh, he's paying it off every month, or the inverse of that is he's got such a high balance to his limit, he's not credit worthy, he can't pay it down. Well, I think where the myth comes in is people assume that their payment date is the day that the credit card company is reporting it to the bureaus. Okay. Each credit card company has a day every month, well, the big ones, have a day every month that they report for all their clients. So your payment date, you have a 1 in 30 shot, that's the day that they're reporting to the 3 bureaus. Okay. So I guess if you happen to be the person that your payment date is the day, it would show that you are not using your card, I suppose, on the credit report. Right. But no. So I had a guy, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. Yep. Really wealthy guy. He shouldn't have any credit issues, right? And he could not figure out why his credit score was bad. So I started asking questions like, well, how do you use your credit card? What are your habits? It's like, well, I have a $150,000 limit. I max it out every month, but I pay it off in full every month. Yeah. It's like, there you go. That's what the issue is. So if he's using it 100% and they report the day before he pays, he's blown his utilization ratio out of the water. I see. Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, that's good stuff. Let's take a quick break here. When we come back, more with our experts in studio today. Michelle Clark, credit expert. Diane Vance, mortgage expert here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk about our feel-good story of the day here. Got a promotion going on in Tampa Bay where businesses are helping out frontline workers. And what they're doing is they're giving free wedding dresses to frontline workers right here in Tampa. We'll be right back after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man, Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253. Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. I want to tell you about a hot listing that we've got out in East Hillsborough County. If you're looking for land, if you're looking to buy vacant land and maybe build a home, we've got some great opportunities. We've got about 15 to 20 vacant land parcels of land ready to be developed or move on to. 6513 County Line Road out in East Hillsborough County. This is Plant City. Beautiful property. Owners are motivated. We've done a couple of small price reductions, but 6513 County Line Road in Plant City, there's a great opportunity here. It's on a creek. You got a freshwater creek preserve in the back. It's natural spring located on the property, and it's a buildable lot, about 5 acres, zoned for 2 homes or 1 home and a large building. 6513 South County Line Road in Plant City. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 202 South WESTSHORE Boulevard. This one is in South Tampa. It's just a block south of Kennedy. It's right off of WESTSHORE, of course. And it's close to that Panera Bread, the Starbucks, that whole gas station corner there across from the Intercontinental. 202 South WESTSHORE. Great opportunity. Again, build your dream home right here in the Plant High School District, Grady Coleman District. Great opportunity. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, time to tell you something good.
Tell me something good.
All right, so this is a cool promotion that gives free wedding dresses to frontline workers in Tampa. Picking the perfect wedding dress can be difficult and expensive. To some Bay Area businesses have gotten together to provide free dresses to frontline workers for their wedding days. Tampa police, fire, and medical staff are taking part in the Regent's Wedding Dress Giveaway to frontline workers. The entertainment venue partnered with Satin and Lace Bridal Boutique to make the grand gesture to some of the community's most important members. And the owner of the Satin and Lace Boutique, Allison Farman, is quoted as saying, "We have between 50 to 60 dresses out, so we're left with these dresses at the end of the season, and we can't keep them. We can keep them, but we could hang on to them or give them to the people in need." And she says, but why not bless somebody that's really worked hard for the community? And she says these are couture dresses. These are next level wedding dresses. Some of them are worth about $2,000 to $3,000, said Shannon Keel, CEO of the Regent. So it's not your basic run-of-the-mill dresses, she says. And we all chose to go into healthcare because we love it. But it's nice to have a little bit of recognition from our community, and who doesn't love a free wedding dress, says Elizabeth Nickerson. So pretty cool story right there. That whole time kind of reminds me of old, what was his name, the basketball player, Dennis Rodman, when he was on the Sports Illustrated cover or something, I think, with the wedding dress on, because you're always thinking about, like, PC stuff these days with women in the wedding dresses. Well, hey, a man can wear one too. Anyway, so there's our feel-good story of the day. Always fun stuff here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, so we've got Michelle Clark, Rising Point Solutions, Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. So talking about credit, talking about some of the misnomers when it comes to buying real estate or even credit for other purposes. Credit comes into a lot of different areas, right?
It sure does, yeah. And I wanted to share a story. It actually is from yesterday. So one of my best friends is a German immigrant, And I don't know, a year and a half ago, he came to me and he said, I don't know how to build credit in America. Can you help me? I mean, I'm going to want to buy a house eventually and a car. So I gave him some pretty specific advice on how to build positive credit, because having no credit is just as bad as having bad credit. A lot of people think, let's just pay cash for everything and, we won't ruin our credit score. Well, you won't have a score at all. So it's just as bad. So I was really excited to hear that yesterday he went and bought a Volkswagen, and his credit score was a 780.
Very cool.
Yeah, he followed all the advice I gave him. It was so exciting to hear, yeah.
See, so you got a formula. All you have to do is follow the formula, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's a game, though. You gotta know the rules.
That's true. Diane, do you have any stories like that where you've helped people?
Oh yeah,
Position?
yes. I have a matter of fact a father or mother and a son, and the son has paid cash for everything, and he has no credit. And the thing is that you're absolutely right. You don't have any credit, so there's no history there. So we can build credit. Unfortunately, he lives with mom, so he doesn't have any rent. So we have to have 4 sources, and we have to build credit internally, and it's kind of tough because if people pay cash, a lot of times they don't pay their own electric bills, or they don't have a water bill, or they don't pay their cell phone bill. So you have to start somewhere, and even getting a secured credit card will start building your credit.
Right.
And just make sure that you don't want to go to the maximum and the limit. But just make sure that you have something started, because it will start to build. But paying cash is just as dangerous as having bad credit.
Yeah, so if you've heard some of the things on the show today, and you say, hey, I'd like to raise my hand and get some help, we could certainly put you in touch with Michelle Clark or even Diane Vance if you want to jump right into a pre-approval. Reach out to the hotline, 813-750-0550. Call or text. You can even text the word credit to the hotline if you'd like, or text pre-approval to 813-750-0550. That's our consumer advocate off-air number. Sometimes we answer the phone and they say, hey, I'm not on the air, am I? I'm not on the program, am I? Like, no, we're not going to put you on air like that. But so we help you win. That's the goal of the program. Let's go into our final thoughts here, top tips, nuggets of advice. Michelle, what's some of your top tips that you would give?
Well, we were just talking about using a secured card to build credit, so I think I'd like to touch on that. You would apply the same rules, even though you're putting your own money to get this line of credit. Same rules as if Capital One, Discover, whoever gave you a credit card. You don't want to spend more than 20% of your limit. Obviously, pay it on time. It will affect your score just as harshly as even though it's your own money. So treat it the same, and don't use your credit builder account to mess your credit up further.
Nice. I like it. All right, good stuff. And same question to you, Diane. Top tips, nuggets of advice.
Well, I always preach get started early so that you know where you're at, and don't be afraid, and let us at least look at what's going on. We can give you a plan.
Absolutely. Yep. Get a plan in place. And I'll kind of continue that thought process, is that you get so much bad information out there. A lot of times when I talk to people in the real estate space, like I've seen all kinds of things from people showing a seller bad comps, like, hey, here's some comparables that sold, but that's why your house is worth a lot less than it actually is. And that's why you need to sell it to me, or AKA my investor friend. That's going to submit an offer through me, the realtor. So I'm going to make my commission, by the way, plus my realtor, my investor partner. We're gonna flip your house underneath you. So I've seen people get taken advantage of. Unfortunately, like seniors, I've seen that deal happen too. So you've got to be diligent. You got to understand the process, understand where your resources are, verify, ask the tough questions. I love it when I get questions in a listing appointment, because I know that the person's engaged and I know they genuinely care about what the answer is. Because when you ask those specific questions, how many deals did you close last year? What's your percentage of sales in this particular category, or et cetera. But to ask those questions when you're hiring a professional, especially in the roofing and contracting space, we've seen some really bad situations play out. And again, we are in the middle of hurricane season here, so be careful about hiring contractors. Being a consumer advocate here on the show, that's one of the things we talk about and we think about a lot. Is we want to protect our consumers out there. Also, there's a lot of scams going on. Don't click on links. If you get a text message that says, "Hey, I get this one all the time," it comes through to my phone. And it's hey, are you still selling this property on Facebook? And it's not even a Facebook link. It's a link to somewhere else. I'm like, just block them and delete them because they must. But unfortunately, some people are, I hate to say it, dumb enough to click that link. And, so there's a lot of scams out there. Let's do another round, like top tips, nuggets of advice.
Well, first of all, if your credit score needs a spark, call Michelle Clark. That would be a big piece of advice I'd give.
I like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Cool. Will you write one for me?
Yeah, of course. And then, another one, we were talking about, where to trust to look at your credit score.
Right.
I would say go straight to the horse's mouth, myfico.com.
Okay.
When you pull up the PDF of your 3-bureau report, they've got the first 15, 16 pages show you all your different FICO model scores. Around page 13 or 14, it shows almost a point for point on a mortgage score. It'll show car lending, credit card lending. So, a good starting point is go see what your actual score is for the type of lending you're looking for.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. And if you need a spark, call Michelle Clark.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay. I need to come up with one of those. That's pretty good. Hey, Diane, give me your top tip.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, to get pre-approved, because agents will not show you a home unless you're pre-approved.
Right.
And pre-approved means that you have spoken to somebody, you've given them your income, they've actually looked at your documentation. It's not just a phone call.
Yeah, absolutely. Get it credit underwritten and income underwritten,
Yep.
and that's going to really help you from a listing agent perspective. When I see those offers come in, I can kind of dig through it and see like which one's real and which one's not. Ask those questions. Self-employed borrower, do we have a W-2 borrower? What kind of income situation do we have? Those things are all parts of that pre-approval. So hey, I want to thank our expert contributors. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you coming in. Rising Point Solutions, risingpointsolutions.com. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. DianeVance.com. And also a shout out for Dan Minikheim, Prohealth Pest Control. He was going to be on the show, didn't call in, but probably had some stuff come up. So Diane Vance, appreciate you. Michelle Clark, thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. And as we always say, we want you to please go out there and consider committing that random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. Lots of ways you can do that. You can volunteer at your church, your local food bank. Donate some time. Donate some blood. You see those buses out everywhere. And do something as a citizen for this country, this great country that we live in. And be kind to one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you check out consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.